Hello and welcome inside the News 13 studios for this special edition of our Blitz Award Show. I'm Sports Director Chris Parks.
And I'm sports anchor and reporter Julia Kennedy. And over the next 30 minutes, we'll relive the 2022 football season.
And that includes a recap of the state championship games and our coach and player of the year.
Not to mention, we'll unveil our full All Blitz team on offense, defense, and special teams. Over 40 players from the Grand Strand and PD on the list.
But first, we're going to begin with recapping our state champions. None last year. We got a pair this year, South Florence and Northwestern in the Class 4A state title tilt. Lenora Sellers showing off that arm deep down the field early on. Evan Singletary with the grab. It's the Bruins up by 6 early on. Later on, Sellers fakes the handoff and goes down to his younger brother here, Jaden, the sophomore, making it a 14-7 lead for South. Into the second quarter near midfield, Sellers to Sellers on the quick out, and Jaden does the rest with his speed down the sideline. Bruins ahead 21-14. Their star running back, Shaquem Shiloh, was a force all season, follows his blockers, and breaks it to the outside and left. Goodbye. The South Florence offense rolled all evening. They won their first ever state championship 57-30, finishing a perfect 15-0 on the year. All right, down in Class A, Johnsonville represented our area. They took on Christchurch out of the upstate area. After a scoreless first quarter, the Golden Flashes would get on the board. Running back Daquan Burrows, one of the best to ever go through their program. Big burst to score, makes it 7-0. But the Cavs would rattle off the next 21 points going into the half, up by a couple touchdowns. In the third quarter, they would add 22 more. Johnsonville couldn't keep up. They fell 43-20, ending a fantastic season with a 13-1 mark.
And to our SCI SA schools, we had a pair reach the final weekend. Rivals Florence Christian and PD Academy in the Class 3A championship. The game moved to West Florence High School with both schools close in proximity. That allowed more fans to attend the game. Florence Christian stretching it out, getting ready to go, and PD faithful coming out in large numbers. First quarter action, Florence Christian and Joelle Huntley rolls right, QB keeper in to score, and we're tied up at 7. Later on, Huntley to the air and Micah Johnson, nice grab for the first. Drive stalls through, move to the second half. Inside the 5 now, and Hudson Spivey on the QB keeper for 6 points. The Golden Eagles with the lead now. Still in the third, and Colby Sinclair from 4 yards out. PD Academy with a 20-19 advantage. And into the fourth, more from Sinclair. A huge run here, getting deep into FCS territory. That would set up a score. The game would go into overtime, tied at 28 in the extra session. Each team would score a touchdown, but PD goes for 2. Spivey walks it off. PD state champs with a close 36-35 win. And now let's get into the best performances of the year, beginning with our Blitz Player of the Year. This individual was the clear-cut winner from start to finish and broke just about every school record in the book during the 2022 season. It's South Florence's Lenora Sellers. Chris has more.
After an upper body injury sidelined him most of his junior season, Lenora Sellers was ready to set the world on fire in 2022, and boy, did he ever.
It was taken away from me last year, so I need to give it all I got this year. Come back bigger, faster, and stronger, and then reach all the goals that I wanted to reach.
And mission accomplished with 15 wins in a state championship. He accounted for over 4,000 yards and 67 touchdowns passing and rushing. Sellers was even more excited that it occurred with the guys he grew up with.
My offensive linemen playing together since our middle school years, and this was me and my brother's second season playing together, like on a bigger stage. We all grew up together, so we was all really in it together. We just had to play as a team.
One thing he credits for that fast development and ability to run and pass with ease is film study, something him and Coach Drew Marlowe would spend hours each week on.
If you don't know what to expect, then you don't know how to prepare. If you're watching it constantly, you have an idea, so therefore, either way, if they do something else, you're prepared for it too.
He'll watch even more at South Carolina. Sellers flipped from Syracuse to the Gamecocks back in December and will get to play and learn from Myrtle Beach grad Luke Doty.
When I first came on my visits here, he was there. I talked to him then, and then the first day of workouts and stuff, we worked out together, and then we threw some, so we talked a good bit.
Sellers will now wait his turn with Spencer Rattler coming back, but deep down he knows his time will come.
It'll be a process again, but I think once you have that supporting cast around you, you can still do what you want to do.
Until then, he'll always have that special senior season, putting Florence on the map.
Look back on it like when you're an adult, being able to tell like family members and kids and stuff like what you did, and people to look back on it, it's really special. And I think it always have a place in my heart.